whole Al-Asr, Surah Al-Asr. So I found that to be the whole result, and that's what I think probably others admired, and consequently Allah acknowledged and inspired them to acknowledge.
A prolific writer and author of 11 Islamic books, Sheikh Lemu is married to 2 wives, both named Aisha, and has 9 children. One of the wives, Aisha Bridget Lemu, a Briton, spoke of their marriage of about 30 years.
I think my husband often refers to it as a marriage made in heaven, that it was destined to happen. And to many people's surprise, that people coming from very different backgrounds could live together with full understanding and peace. He's not a person who jumps to conclusions and misunderstands people. And I felt I also understood him very well. So we never quarreled. We never had a quarrel. Not that we didn't have things the way we had a different opinion or we disagreed about something, but by talking, there was mutual understanding.
2 of his children, Bakar, a politician, and Miriam, a human resources manager, also spoke fondly of their father.
One, as an onlooker in the society, I see him as a religious person, total commitment to religion, not just the superficial aspect of it, but deep conviction. As he has always said, the greatest mistake, the greatest thing that happened to Muslims today is inability to believe in totality in Islam, the way it's been relieved. They really try as much as possible to practice Islam the way it is and whatnot. I see him as a patriot, a person that has an extreme concern for his nation, the country. He's always thinking about the future of the nation. I see him as a person of foresight. Many other times you see him venturing into things that people will not feel that is worthwhile.
I think I would say the kind of love my father had for us is to be very God conscious, because that really helps us have a solid foundation, and we're able to handle whatever strife or challenges that come our way. And he's always giving good advice, always telling stories. My father has a great memory. History is part of his background, and he remembers dates like a sponge. He's an encyclopedia of knowledge. He has always got an answer, always got a story. He's always ready to talk. You can put him in the spotlight, and in an instant he will tell you whatever you want to know. And so I see him as somebody who is truly concerned also for not only his family but for the nation. First and foremost for the Ummah. He is extremely concerned about the direction we Muslims are headed. But for the nation itself, Nigeria, he has a true passion for seeing its success. And I sometimes catch my father crying when he reads the newspaper. And later, once he gets over it, you ask him, what was that about? And he's just concerned about the kind of leaders we have and the direction we're going, and constantly trying to give, trying to devote himself to the nation.
Having lived a fulfilled life, what will Sheikh Ahmed Lemu want to be remembered for?
Frankly speaking, what I want to be remembered for, I would rather say I will continue to work for it, and that is try to sustain my little righteousness and God-fearing and God-consciousness. Whatever will be seen by people, that is left for them. And whatever they will remind me of the result of that, that is left for the posterity to judge. But for Nigeria, I would like particularly religious leaders, Christians, Muslims alike, to have a new focus on the youth, the leaders of tomorrow. Because majority of the people who are now ruling Nigeria as LEA chairman, as state governors, as call them commissioners, ministers, they have one common denominator. In one way or another, they are after their pockets, their money, to have masses of funds, and to have power, and to remain in power forever. it is a common evil, with the exception of a handful. I don't want to name them because I don't know all of them.
Other Nigerians who have interacted with Sheikh Lemu in the past 20 and 30 years commented on his legacies.
And one of the things I will never forget, and which is still very valid up till today, he used to tell us when we were growing that you don't have barrier between you and the supreme creator. That is, there is no barrier between you and God. You can always ask God directly, and God listens to you. So you don't have to, anything you want, just ask him. So at those formative years, he insisted that what we know we can ask God in any language, be it Arabic, Nupe, Hausa. But I think what stuck in my mind up till today is the fact that he said there is no barrier between you and your creator. And I think this has really helped us develop the true understanding of the concept of God.
They should also learn from him that if you are honest and you have a high sense of accountability, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of your interest, of your personal interest. Sheikh Lemu had never tried to convert public money to his own use. And Allah has always blessed him with whatever he wanted to have.
Well, I can't really summarize one word, but he's, I believe, an exemplary character in many respects, especially for what he stands for. He is a symbol of, at least a representative of what true Islam should be, and this is why some of us really took to him, at least in terms of teaching, learning, practicalizing what one has learned.
Almost, I would say, 100% dedication to public service, whether while in government or while he's working with the organization he has co-founded, like the Islamic Education Trust, the IICO, the NDCC, Nigerian Dawah Coordination Company. Total dedication and tirelessness in ensuring that things are done properly and done to the best standard by ensuring personal supervision.
There's a lot to learn from the attitude, the pattern of behavior of Alhaji Sheikh Ahmed Lemu, because to me, he is an honest man. He's a sincere man. He has made his mark in the annals of the history of this, not only of this state, but even of this country. Because
what we learn from him, whatever you do, you have to be straightforward. You don't have to bind yourself to issues which are not your own responsibility.
There is no doubt that Sheikh Ahmed Lemu's 77 years on earth have been eventful and rewarding. He has impacted positively on the lives of millions of Nigerians through his propagation of Islam, promotion of interfaith dialogue, numerous books, exemplary life, and charitable activities. There is no doubt that the Sheikh has left his footprints on the sands of time.